You ready for the headliner? Yeah. I am too. Bring out Paul Green.
Thank you. This is a big moment for me. This is the first time I've been at an elementary school, and it didn't make people uncomfortable. So, usually when I just show up to an elementary school by myself, puts people a little uneasy, you know? But not you. You're like, come on, single white middle-aged man, come where the children are. Let the children see you. Probably doesn't help much that evidently I have resting murderer face. Now I find myself smiling a lot more to put people at ease. I'm a really friendly guy, all right? Especially towards children. Actually, it's a true story. A friend of mine just invited me to meet him and his two kids at a children's museum. For some reason, they wouldn't let me in. All I did is walk up to the ticket lady and say, yes, one adult for the children's museum, please. She's like, sir, this is a museum for children. I'm like, I know, I'm here to meet some kids. She's like, sir, you have to be a parent or a guardian. I'm like, well, I'm more like an uncle. She's like, sir, I can't let you into the museum unless you have kids with you. I'm like, I can't get to the kids unless you let me into the museum. Then I had to explain the whole thing again to security. They actually had me text my friend, come out to the lobby and vouch for me. And after that, I had a great time at the Children's Museum. Actually, it was really a fun experience. Was somebody trying to finish my joke for me over here? Did I hear him? He was?
Yeah.
Where did you think I was going with that?
I thought they were going to arrest your friend.
Huh? They're going to arrest my friend? You know this guy? We're taking you to prison. Paul, you're good. We'll let you go. It's a good punchline, sir. I'm going to hire you to write for me after Randy starts paying me what I'm worth. Does anybody know why there's a chair on this stage pointing that way? Where's the comedy show? Does anybody know where the comedy show is? I stand when I play the piano. Thank you. You all think you know where I'm going with this stuff. You think you got Paul all figured out, finishing my punchlines.
The principal's here.
The principal's here?
Yeah, be careful.
Oh no. He's gonna give me a demerit? I threw it very lightly. Where's the principal? Oh, he's smiling, Randy. Come on. Maybe that's because you know it's coming out of you. It's not coming out of my pay. I couldn't afford a chair. That would put me in the red state. I don't know why I said that. I was just thinking red. Stream of consciousness. I'm gonna get you to laugh tonight. Sorry about throwing the chair. Was it worth the laughs that it got, Principal? Ah, you see? Let's be honest, we're all sitting on those chairs. They can't cost that much. They are. They are made out of recycled pop cans, from all I can tell. All right, that's my time. I'm just kidding. I got so much more. I do live in Los Angeles. Recently got into acting because Hollywood needed me. You get the feelings you don't actually know why it's funny. No, she's just bought into me, but she doesn't. I was recently acting in a commercial, and right in the middle of a take, the director stops me and says, "Paul, why are you acting like a serial killer?" I wasn't. I was acting like a waiter. All I did in the scene is just walk up to the lady and say, "Welcome. You look ready to eat." I saw that in a movie. I thought it would work. It's a mean thing to say to someone, you know? It's like saying, "Hey, Paul, quit acting like somebody who's killed more than once." Because according to the FBI, you have to kill at least 3 people to be considered a serial killer. So, you know, technically, I could still kill 2. And I'd be acting like a regular killer. You backed up a little bit on that one, Marana, all right? I need you. Acting's going pretty well, though. Actually, last week I had 3 auditions. Next to the character description, when you get an audition, it's like, describes the character. The only thing it said is, must be comfortable portraying a racist. All I know is, I booked it. Just off of headshots. I just walked in, they're like, "Yeah, you'll do. You look like a racist." That's all we're saying. Acting really starts to like envelop your life though. Like it's had a strong influence. Like I was actually at the gym playing basketball. And this guy started talking like trash towards me. And it was like pretty poignant. It was like pretty harsh. You see, but I was able to cry immediately. Extremely effective. I did get the lead in a Shakespeare play. That was a big moment for me. And whenever I tell that to people, though, they automatically assume I was cast as a villain. Because evidently, they perceive me as a bald man. Bald men usually play villains. Well, first of all, I'm not bald. I shave my head. In reality, I'm only mostly bald. But I shave my head because I don't want people going around saying, "Hey, there goes a mostly bald man." I will have you know, though, that this bald man got the romantic lead in Shakespeare's Much Ado About Nothing. Oh yeah, because I was able to use my acting skills to disguise the fact I was bald. And the wardrobe department made me wear a hat. But I think it was the acting. Is that a fan? Oh my God. I know you're all fans of me, but I mean, look at that. It's a good thing I didn't know we were in 1920. You know, there's a fan installed in the building. It's called an air conditioner. It just... Unless the principal turned that off one as well. He seems a little budget conscious. At least according to Randy's insecurities. I'm filming all of you, by the way. Okay. I made all of you uncomfortable. Really love Shakespeare, though. I've really gotten to know him doing this play. I just don't understand why Shakespeare was so long-winded. Like, why did he take such a long time to say everything, you know? Like, Hamlet is a 4-hour play. 4 hours. Just to tell the story of a prince whose uncle murders his father. 4 hours. You know Disney knocked out the exact same plot in 90 minutes? It's called The Lion King! And Disney still had time to squeeze in that weird lion lovemaking scene. How did the writers come up with that one? Was he like watching National Geographic and 2 lions started doing it? He was like, wait a minute. You want to know what would make this perfect? Elton John! Why was it so long? Like Shakespeare will say something like, anon the sun's warmth did kiss the morning dew, whilst the chickens brood did toil to and fro, the risen wheat did yield the fire's embers, and thereupon did quiet my hunger. And all he really said is, I had breakfast! So long-winded. Like writers usually write from their everyday experience. Was Shakespeare that long-winded in everyday life? Was that just an everyday conversation with Shakespeare? Like he'd just be walking down the street and a friend would see him like, William, how art thou? I have of late, but wherefore I know not lost all my mirth, for gone all custom of exercises. Indeed, it goes so heavily with this disposition that this goodly frame the earth seems to me a sterile promontory. This most excellent canopy, the air, look you, this brave o'erhanging firmament, this majestical roof fretted with golden fire, wide appears no other thing to me than a foul and pestilent congregation of vapors. What a piece of work is man, how noble in reason, how infinite in faculty, in form and moving, how express and admirable, in action, how like an angel, in apprehension, how like a god. The beauty of the world, the paragon of animals, and yet to me, what is this quintessence of dust? Man delights not me, no. Nor woman neither. Well, good luck with that, William. I must be on my way. They say Shakespeare wrote comedies, you know? Does that mean he was a comedian as well? Like, he had to work... Did you say no? Who said no? Let me guess, you're the high school drama teacher. Everyone loves this bit except the high school drama teacher, like, you are ruining me! Just makes me wonder if Shakespeare ever had to work out his material like stand-up comedians have to do, like at a 16th century open mic, you know? Anon, I have recently become single. And therefore I had to sign up for parchment dating. Have any of you tried parchment dating? I had to fill out a parchment dating profile. Have the town painter commit my visage to canvas. And then anon, parchments of available fair young maidens did start arriving, and I did swipe to the right those who I found desirable, and did swipe to the left those I desired not. But alas, I did select a fair young maiden and decide to meet her at the gala, yet when I met her it was clear her parchment was a pure deception! She claimed to be of the house of Montague, but was clearly of the house of Denny's. And alas, her profile painting was clearly of her younger years, Maybe Shakespeare had to do some crowd work, like, "Good sir, what be thy name?" He doesn't get it. "Good madame, what be your name?" "Susan. Let us hear it for Susan." "Now, sit as thou wilt. Now, Susan, what be thy last name?"
Foster.
"Susan of the house of Foster, everyone." "Susan, tell us thou me, what dost thou do?"
I work at the court for a judge.
"Oh! Oh, snap it!" "Alas, perhaps I shall rethink mine destroying public property." "But I did tell, because this whole time thou hast been judging me, Susan." Maybe it's something like that, I don't know. Okay. Like most grown men my age, I also have The Little Mermaid memorized. Why are you laughing like this? You don't want the laughter to reach me? We're gonna laugh, but we don't want him to hear it. What are you blocking? What's that?
You go to the Children's Museum.
Yeah, we already covered that. Are you just getting that joke now? What have you been doing for the last 20 minutes? We've moved way beyond the Children's Museum. 10 seconds ago, they're like, "Children's Museum!" I get it now, because that would be weird for a single man. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious! What has he talked about since? I'm just really excited because in 20 minutes I'm gonna get to watch them get all the Shakespeare material. So 20 minutes now. Shakespeare doing stand-up comedy in the 16th century. That's brilliant. It's a transposition. It's not my fault I have The Little Mermaid memorized, all right? Just because when I was younger and my older sister used to babysit, she didn't take it serious. You know, she could have just connected to me and learned more about me, but instead she decided to just stick me in front of a movie that would ever confuse me romantically. To this day, I still don't know. Am I attracted to redheads or fish? It's very confusing for an adolescent. Going through puberty going, why am I attracted to her? I really do love Disney, though. I did think the new Beauty and the Beast movie, did you all see the new Beauty and the Beast, the live version, you know? With Emma, what's her, what? Emma Watson, that's right. Emma Watson. I should have Googled that before. Randy didn't pay me for research. I did just think the new Beauty and the Beast movie, though, it strayed a little too far from the cartoon version, in my opinion, because I don't remember the cartoon version making me cry so much. Just a sucker for character arcs, all right? I do love Disney. Do get a little offended that Disney's never had a bald prince, though. I mean, why do you need hair to be a prince? I mean, I am every bit as capable of kissing a woman when she's sleeping. I mean, of course, I wouldn't, okay? I live in 2018. Things have changed. Matter of fact, just trust me, if fairies ever came to me and were like, Prince Baldy, you... I don't know, you think of a better name. What's that? Whippersnapper? He's avoiding eye contact. We'll give it a try. If fairies ever came to me and were like, Prince Whippersnapper! You have to kiss Sleeping Beauty to break the curse. I would be like, whoa, I'm sorry. Do I have her enthusiastic consent? I'm sorry, she may be sleeping, but Prince Whippersnapper is woke! Was that a thumbs down? Did you give me a thumbs down? Oh, a thumbs up. It's hard to tell with the lighting. I'm so glad it was a thumbs up because that did make me uncomfortable for a second. I'm used to hecklers when they like me. You know Disney's only had 3 bald characters in its entire history? This is what Disney thinks of bald men. You got the heavy-set soldier from Mulan. You got the genie from Aladdin, very overweight as well. And Dopey the dwarf! See, some of you don't remember Dopey was bald. That's because they made him wear a hat. Are you seeing a pattern here? That means Disney drew a bald character and then we're ashamed of it. We're like, cover it up, put a hat on it. Principal's making a call. Probably to the court for me to pay for that chair. I'll wait. Randy doesn't give the light. You just walked to the back of the room. I can still see you. He walks over there. I call him out. And he's like, I know. I'll just walk a little bit further, still in view. We off? How'd the conversation go? Who'd you talk to? Who?
Daughter.
Your daughter? Is she coming? Yeah? No? She's coming?
We're gonna go meet her.
Oh, so you're leaving. Is it because I'm a bald man? Like, I thought this guy was going to be handsome. Yeah, call me back, Randy, when you have a Brad Pitt lookalike doing comedy. And now you're taking your friends with you. It looks like they're going to kiss, doesn't it? Welcome back. What did you have to say to Randy? I love you.
Meet me after this show.
We know you Navy boys. Oh, and by the way, thank you for your service. And now Randy's leaving. What is happening? decides, like, this is a good time to get up. We think we get the gist of this guy. Should we just take a 10-minute intermission so you all can destroy the amazing momentum I've built up to this point? Just once I want Disney to make a movie with the bald prince, that's all I'm saying. How hard could it be?
Not hard at all.
Thanks, Susan. All you would need is just like a princess.
A bald one.
You've already rewritten enough of my act tonight. She's got a princess. She's hanging out in a castle, probably, right? Maybe she's singing to like a bird on her finger. Oh, I want a prince who's bald. Oh, I want a prince whose scalp has seen it all. If a prince such as this should give me a kiss, my life would be such bliss. La 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 la. I want a prince who's slick and sheen, with no hair on his head. A prince who, when I look at him, I see my reflection instead. It writes itself. Is this really so difficult? Oh, where is my bald prince? I see him in my dreams. I know that he will come for me, his head as bright as a bee. I don't know, I'm making it up. I mean, I know a prince with a smooth bald head will always treat me better. He'll love me true and never leave, 'cause he knows deep down I settled. And I'm just coming up with this. I'm sure Disney could probably do better. They came up with the lion sex scene. I mean, come on. Oh, where is my bald prince? I see him in my heart. I know that he'll be strong and true, and like his hair, we will never part. I know he'll come through every obstacle. He'll love me true with every broken follicle. Oh, I want a prince who's bald, la la la. Come on! Any Disney producers in the audience, perchance? You're a Disney producer? No? That was a joke? Good one. What did you think of the Shakespeare joke? It's pretty good, huh? It's layered. A lot of people don't get it, but I trusted this audience. It's a little much. It's a little much. There's a lot of transposition going on. You gotta be educated, like the high school drama teacher. And Susan from the House of Foster. And the ambiguously gay Navy man. And the principal is gone. I do got a message for all the ladies. Want you to know that romance is not dead, because I'm still alive! Actually, I recently sent flowers to a girl at her office. Yeah. Yeah, and you want to know what made it extra special? She never even told me where she worked. Oh, but I did all my romantic research like a love detective. Found out who her friends were, her shifts, her favorite types of flowers. I mean, her mom pretty much told me everything. And for some reason, when she got the flowers, she texted me. She's like, "Sorry, Paul, not interested. Good luck." Yeah, right? Then she put a winky face. Are we winking at people when we let them down there? Like someone goes into their boss, like, "Sorry, Mr. Johnson, due to budgeting cuts, we're going to have to let you go." Give you a little wink with your severance. I don't think you're supposed to wink at someone when you're letting them down. That's what I'm getting at. We live in the age of emoticons. The appropriate emoticon is the sympathetic emoticon. You know which one I'm talking about? It looks like this. You know this emoticon, right? You gotta be honest, I've never seen anybody with lips at that angle before. If someone made that face at me, my first instinct wouldn't be like, "Oh, thanks for being sympathetic." It'd be like, "Dude, did you have a stroke?" I told you I got rejected and your face went limp. Should we call a doctor? What was really upsetting though is I know she wasn't winking when she sent that text message. Because I was watching. Did you just figure that out? That's very good. I was going for subtext. She called it right out. This audience gets Shakespeare. I think they can get the subtext. But we thank you for your contribution to insulting the audience's intelligence. He's acting like a stalker, everyone. Do you get it? They'll get it in about 20 minutes. But thanks for giving him a head start. I've lost another one. But at least he waved. He's like, "And I'm out!" I'm a little much. I was on a date with another girl that's going really well, and she tells me that she's a huge Shakespeare fan. And then she says that one of her biggest dreams was to play Juliet. And I'm like, oh yeah. I know how to ramp this date up. So it was going really well. I thought it was time for our first kiss. So I just turned to her and said, "If I profane with my unworthiest hand this holy shrine, the gentle sin is this, my lips Two blushing pilgrims ready stand to smooth that rough touch. With a tender kiss. Haven't heard from her since! Yeah, I know. It's been a while since I've read Romeo and Juliet, but I don't remember the part where Juliet blocks Romeo on Facebook! With this other girl at a party. Got her number and I texted her a week ago. Still haven't heard back. Yeah. And today, in a moment of vulnerability, I found myself just really, really hoping she's dead. Oh, no, not like that. Not like this. You know, because maybe she was still interested. She was going to text me back. But then she died. I was actually thinking about it. To my knowledge, every woman who has ever not texted me back was alive at the time they didn't text me back. Which sounds like something I might have to say to a judge one day. Your Honor! Good to see you, Susan. She was alive at the time. The fact she met an untimely death shortly after she didn't text me back is purely coincidental. And no, I don't know where she was on the night of the 5th because she never texted me back to confirm plans. But I want you to know, Your Honor, that I'm just holding on to the hope that before she died, she was going to text me back. Because you got to hold on to something. I'm getting a tremendous amount of sympathy from the audience. Instead, you all just want to give me a sympathetic winky? It hasn't all been bad, all right? I've had some really good experiences with romance. There's this other girl, I really liked her, but she kind of friend-zoned me, you know? But for her birthday, I got her this very thoughtful gift. Because, you know, I go overboard. I actually had my best friend, Kevin, hand-deliver it to her house on her birthday. Romantic, right? She called me that night and said, Paul, that was the best birthday present I've ever been given. And it totally worked, because after 8 months of dating, she married Kevin. That's how romantic I am. Love is in the air! I've had good experiences, all right? It hasn't all been bad. I am a charming man. I'm handsome, all right? Women are into me. I had a girlfriend just this year. A very beautiful, attractive woman. She was a dental student. She was actually from Syria, and we had a great relationship. It ultimately didn't work out. She wanted, you know, to date someone more familiar with her culture, and I wanted to fly again. Why am I on the no-fly list? I'm only dating her. Hashtag thanks, Trump. You pulled back on me a little bit with that one, Marana. All right, thought we were in Trump country. Thought I could get away with it. I hear talking again. What?
Only blue county.
Oh, this is a blue county? Whoops. I live in LA. I mean, it bleeds blue. Through the over-exuberant agreement. Yeah! Met this other really attractive girl online, and when I met her at dinner, that's when I learned she didn't speak English. She only spoke Spanish, which, to be honest, I was really excited about because I hate arguments. You see, but I was able to use my charm, and my wit, and my romantic sensitivity to cross through the language boundaries and communicate. Hey, buddy. Are you still upset about that no-fly zone? Was that... I'm glad you have opinions. It's like, I don't think so! We should welcome everybody into this country. Unfortunately, you heckled me at actually like a pretty inopportune time because that's kind of a rhythm story, and you kind of threw me off there. With the whippersnapper thing, I was able to take that and roll with it, but now I feel like I need to start over. What's your name, son? He already forgot. When you want to heckle me, you're quick up the updraw there, but I ask your name, and it's like,
My name is River.
River?
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, what? Did you say, yeah, boy? What are you like a 19th century Southern gentleman? Yeah, boy! I do declare, I'm the name given to me that my voice is River. Now hereby declare all this comedy show heckle. Now do not interrupt me while I'm in the middle of my heckle, good comedian, sir. So your name is River?
Yeah.
Cool, now we're getting somewhere. Like in what are you, like junior high?
No.
High school?
No.
Elementary school?
College.
You're mature for your age? What are you, 6th grade?
Yeah.
6th grader?
Yeah.
Is 6th grade still in elementary school for you then? It's not like a...
Yes, it is.
We could just have a conversation, you know? Whoa! I don't know what that is.
Yes.
So you're in the 6th grade? Like, what are you into? You got hobbies? You into video games, sports? Math! You're a math guy. So funny about that, everybody. He's into math! Did you hear what he said? He's a math guy! That's hilarious! So, like, what level of math are you at? 7. You're at the 7 level of math. Is that? You got like algebra, you know, basic addition. We're guys into math. You're really not good at tests. So what kind of like math? Like where are you at? Like what's like a math thing you've done recently?
I've been working on geometry.
Oh, geometry. Very good. See, algebra, geometry. That's pretty good. You got a favorite shape? I don't know what to ask. You do? What's your favorite? Huh? Oh, a trapezoid. I didn't think that was going to get a straight response. I got to be honest. Usually when you're asking what your favorite shape is, the conversation is about to end. That's,
There's a boy sitting here in the front row, 3rd, and he's got some things to say. I would call him a heckler, and his name is River. I can't wait to hear what comes out of his mouth, especially because he speaks like a gentleman from the South. But he stopped the flow of my joke. He's an interrupting bloke. But he makes me laugh. And he's good at math.
So I'm on a date with this girl. The though she didn't speak English, I was able to use my charisma, my romantic sensitivity to communicate across the language barrier. By quickly typing everything into Google Translator. Google Translator was on my cell phone. Did we catch that? Maybe you should have yelled that one out. And it totally worked because at the end of the day, she totally made out with my cell phone. She's a good talker, I guess. Not like River. I was so into this girl that the next day I actually downloaded Rosetta Stone. I was going to learn Spanish for this woman. Now, I don't know who they got to record the Spanish on Rosetta Stone. All I know is I've never heard anybody sound like that. Everyone on Rosetta Stone is like, el hombre, la mujer, los niños bebé. Does Rosetta Stone think everybody learning Spanish wants to be an infomercial host on Telemundo? El hombre, la mujer. I was raised in Phoenix, you know. I was expecting to hear the Spanish I'm used to hearing in Phoenix, you know. Like, órale, Holmes, está estúpido, feo, gringo, piense que es el ariante. We got some Spanish speakers from Phoenix up here. You want to know how I know? They got that one immediately. No hesitation on that one. What did you think of the Disney joke? Was that pretty good? Did go on a date with a girl who was taller than me, and I was really excited because I'm like, sweet, I can finally wear heels. That one didn't work out. We just couldn't see eye to eye. What are you groaning at? Do better!
She didn't like bald guys.
She didn't like bald guys? Oh! I've been making fun of myself for an hour. You think that's going to trip me up? What? Like this guy's going to be the one to finally push me over the edge. Dating in Los Angeles is really difficult, though, because, you know, I was raised in more of like a religious, traditional household, and I'm used to traditional women, you know? There's just not a lot of them in Los Angeles, you know? Like, when I ask a girl out, the only thing I expect her to say is something like, I do declare, Mr. Green, any man who desires my hand in courtship must first gain the approval of my father. Traditional, you know? And of course, the whole time I'm not even paying attention because I'm just checking out her ankles. Excuse me, Mr. Green, I'm up here. I am on the Tinder app. Do we know the Tinder app out here in Marana?
Yeah.
Okay, Susan does. She's the target demographic, so she knows that I think I'm good. Tinder gets a bad rap. It gets criticized a lot. I love Tinder. Tinder allows me to cram years of rejection into minutes. I quickly realized I wasn't doing Tinder the right way when I first got it because I was taking my time. It was like reading profiles, looking for a connection. That's not how you do Tinder, I learned. After 1 month, I didn't get a single match on Tinder. I was like, well, fine. I'll just do the shallow thing, and I just started swiping right or left based off a profile picture, just being shallow. 2 months, still no matches. So then I was like, nah, forget it. So then I would just start watching TV and swipe right on everyone. Figure if I match with a woman I'm not attracted to, I'll do the mature thing and ghost her. Pleased to announce, though, for 3 months, just swiping right on everyone, I got my first Tinder match, everyone. It was an ad for ZipRecruiter.com. And it's going very well. We both believe in a healthy job economy. We're getting along very well. My parents are always pressuring me to get married again. I was raised in a religious household, and it's kind of a big thing. Get married. And my dad will say things like, Paul, aren't you tired of going to bed alone? I'm just like, gee, well, it's better than going to bed hated. On the couch! He goes, you know, Paul, statistically married men make more money than single men. I'm like, yeah, they're going to need it for the divorce! Was raised in a really large family. We had 8 kids. 2 of them were my parents. Of course, with that many kids, we had to learn to live without certain things, you know, like love. Pulling back on me again, Marana. You're pulling back! It's tough growing up, especially because I was a minority. What? Why do we keep referencing that fact? I wasn't bald in 2nd grade, Susan. Jeez. I was the minority because it turns out only 4% of children pee their pants at school, all right? And I was one of them. Makes me a minority. When this started happening, I was having accidents, so my mom took me to the doctor. The doctor diagnosed me with ADD and said it was the ADD was the reason I was having accidents. Evidently, I was getting distracted from holding it! Evidently, I was just sitting at my desk like, hold it. Glue tastes good. Peed my pants. I read a study that said that a child who pees his pants at school has accidents. It's the 3rd most traumatic thing that a child can experience. Want to know what number 1 is? Losing a parent. Number 2, going blind. Number 3, peeing your pants. I don't mean to get dark here, but in some ways, I think I had it worse, because think about it. You can only lose a parent twice. You can only go blind once. I peed my pants every time the cafeteria served apple juice. Less traumatic, but more often. That's what I'm getting at. I remember one of the first times it happened, I was totally freaking out. It was like near the end of the day, and I was like, oh no. And I had to walk home with this, like, evidence, you know. So I thought quickly. So I loosened the straps on my backpack, and I put my backpack on the front, and it hung down so I would remain inconspicuous. Turns out, a backpack on your front attracts a lot of attention. So now everybody's coming up to me like, Paul, why is your backpack on the front? So I had to think fast. I was like, it's my force field. You want to know what? They laughed, and they just accepted. And I learned a valuable lesson that day. If I'm ever uncomfortable or insecure about something, all I have to do is make jokes, and people will laugh, and they won't look any further, and that's how I ended up here. And that's why it doesn't offend me when you yell that I'm bald, so. 6th grade, I had my first kiss. That night she called me, said, Paul, there's an article I want you to read. 5 signs you're a bad kisser. So don't worry, because my second kiss was 15 years later. We'll skip to high school. I was actually on the football team in high school, and no, I wasn't the kicker, because the kicker actually played. I was actually the 5th string wide receiver in high school, everybody. Or as my team liked to call it, water! You pulled back, Marana. What's going on? What's happening? Is it too long? How long have I been going? He doesn't like. What time is it?
It's 20 till 9.
20 till 9? When is it supposed to go to, Randy?
Midnight.
Let's be honest, I'll be here. None of you will, though. You're filing out of here one by one at the 30-minute mark. I am not so ambitious to think if this goes till midnight, I'm going to have a full crowd. Except for this crowd, because they're just going to be getting all the jokes, so. But I didn't quit. Stuck it out that season. And on the last game of the season, the coach put me in as the wide receiver, starting wide receiver, everybody. Thank you. It was probably because the 4 wide receivers in front of me were all ineligible due to failing grades. And even then, because the coach couldn't get anyone on the basketball team to fill it. Or the soccer team. Or the wrestling team. Or the track team. Or the tennis team, the baseball team, the cross-country team, the volleyball team, the swim team, or the golf team.
What about the cheerleader team?
Yeah, they weren't available either. Nor was the women's badminton team, the softball team, the lacrosse team, the field hockey team, the tetherball team, the cycling team, the gymnastics team, or the curling team. Or the drama club, the speech club, the debate club, the math leagues, the ASL club, the woodshop club, the poetry club, the computer club, the investment club, or the science club.
What about the chess club?
Them either. Or the marching band, the orchestra, the choir, the jazz band, the chamber orchestra, the glee club, the jazz choir, the symphony. Or the student body government, the skaters, the stoners, the gangbangers, the motorheads, the tweebies, the nerds, the preppies, the goths, the jocks, and the geeks. But after all them, and after the ref told my coach he couldn't play with just 10 players on the field, I was in! It's a good thing you didn't ask the underwater basket weaving club. They had some aggressive players that year. You know, I've never added cheerleader or chess club to that lineup there. I think I just might, based off of her recommendation. You and River are writing my act as we go. Needless to say, my team was not victorious that evening. But personally, I just like to consider it a victory for the other team. The coach pulled me aside after the game. I was like, Green, seeing the way you stuck it out this season, showed your perseverance. Next year, I want you to play in the band. So that was the end of my football career. Playing in the band worked out really great for me because it was high school. I didn't have an interest in dating. Out of high school, I got my first job. I got a job at a call center. And 3 months in, they outsourced my entire department to India. I think that's why I enjoy stand-up, because I don't think you could outsource my act, you know? Like Randy's like, hey everybody, Paul Green, and some handsome fellow comes out, hello everybody, how are you? I am Paul Green, I am Baldman, yes, Baldman, huh? Okay, thank you, come again. After that, I got a job as a realtor. It was really hard to make money. I actually found the easiest way to make money as a realtor was to get another job. So I got a job driving high school bus. The first route they put me on was driving all of the kids in the district with severe anger management disorder. I asked my manager, I'm like, why are you putting me on that route? He's like, I don't know, Paul. I think the kids can relate to you. I was like, what's that supposed to mean? Driving that school bus was the most terrifying experience of my life. First day, oh, I threw the chair over there, that's right. First day, sitting there as the kids start coming on the bus, and they're deathly quiet. Nobody says a thing. They just sit down and they just stare. Nobody looks, nobody talks, but there's just this tension. First couple of weeks, no incident. Then one day I'm on the freeway. And I hit a bump. And I start hearing some commotion. And I look in the rearview mirror, and I see what I can only describe as MMA fighting, but violent. And in the back window seat, standing at 5'5", 140 pounds, is David. My parents just got divorced, Johnson! And in the middle aisle seat, standing at 5'3", 120 pounds, is Jessica. My parents are rich, so I feel entitled and lash out at others as a way of gaining attention, Mendoza! And I'm driving along at 65 miles an hour. I had no idea how to stop this. They gave me no training. So I grabbed the walkie-talkie thing, you know, the whatever. The intercom, I guess. And I said the only thing that I could think to say. Hey! And for some reason, they kept fighting. But I did remember one thing. My manager gave me, one little nugget of wisdom. It's like, Paul, if there's ever an incident, remain calm. It's like, I didn't remain calm when I yelled, hey. It's very aggressive. You need to remain calm. Well, the two students currently engaged in a violent altercation. Please cease all violent activities and return to your seats. Oh, if you're currently gouging out the eyes of a fellow student, causing permanent soft tissue damage, please be be reminded of the policies and procedures section of your student handbook. And return to your seat. Oh, if you're currently jumping on the chest of your fellow student and yelling out satanic rumblings, please be reminded this is a school bus and still public property, and religious worship will not be tolerated. And calmly return to your seats. I pretty much decided that stopping them just wasn't going to happen, so I'm like, forget it, I might as well make some money. Hey, who'll give me 4-1 on Mendoza? I got 4-1 on Mendoza! You know, become like the Don King of Anger Bus Boston. Today we're going to crown the king of the bus. It's going to be a rumble in the big yellow jumble occasion with teenagers. Only in America can 2 teenagers fight to be the king of the world, the king of the bus. God bless America! So I decided I have to do something, so I slowly just start slowing down, and I'm like pulling over to the side of the road, Before I even came to a complete stop, Jessica, my parents are rich, so I feel entitled to lash out at others to gain attention. Mendoza runs to the front of the bus, pushes open the doors from the inside, which up until that moment, I didn't know you could do. It was one of these things. Evidently, you can just push on those things and they flap right open. Doesn't seem very safe, but you know. And while the bus was still moving, she jumped off the bus and ran away. I was just like, hey, I had 4-1 on you! You wanted to get it going. I appreciate it. You're like, that's a good bit. That's all applaud, but not enough to get the whole crowd involved. Oh, well, now you're handling. The anger management bus. There's just so much anger in the world, you know? It's really too sad. Especially when it comes to politics, my gosh. Political climate out there. There is one thing that River has given me a little bit of support there. How many claps was that? Count it.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, don't. To me, the one thing that I always rest assured that gives me hope is that no matter who is president of this United States, I promise you that on Facebook, someone will compare them to Hitler. Doesn't matter who it is, red, blue, every president gets compared to Hitler. I remember somebody comparing Obama to Hitler on my Facebook. Really? First of all, there's no way Hitler ever would have married a black woman. Universal health care, genocide. Yeah, I see how those are the same. Yeah, those are the same thing. Can I get a little dark? This one's a little dark, but I want to share it. I was actually, I was watching a Netflix documentary on Hitler, and it was really interesting to me. It was the first time I'd ever seen subtitles for a Hitler speech. Before he had gone like way crazy. This was when he was like on his way up, you know? All I gotta say is, he sounded a lot more angry than what he was actually saying. He would be like, Germany will be a beautiful country. Our children and puppies will run in our beautiful parks. And we'll kill anyone who opposes us. There it is! There it is! I knew it was in there! I knew it was coming! So much anger in the world. So much pessimism, you know? I saw this article on my Facebook. It was horrible. It said, elderly man beaten half to death. I'm like, ugh. Why do you have to report such pessimistic news, you know? Why not report something optimistic? Like elderly man beaten half to life. It's all how you look at it. Optimistic turn. Plus, he was an older man. Maybe he was 75% to death. Half to death is an improvement. Great news today. A man 75% to death got beaten half to death. Doctors are astounded. Optimism. Get it from a positive angle. LA, it's worse, man. The road rage out in Los Angeles. I know you got it here in Phoenix, but in Los Angeles, man. I was just driving on the freeway, minding my own business. This guy pulls up to me, he's honking at me. I can see he's cursing, he's flipping me off. I'm like, I'm a non-confrontational person, but I'm like, I got to address this. So I finally just rolled down my window and I was like, hey! I am trying to send a text message here! Then I got it. I felt a little bad because a few miles down the road I saw a billboard that said, don't text while driving. When I read that sign, something happened to me. I rear-ended the car in front of me. How about a billboard that says, don't read billboards while driving? And a billboard after that says, clearly, you didn't read the previous billboard! Besides, a billboard that says, don't text while driving is 100% guaranteed not to be seen by anybody texting while driving. If you want to get their attention, how about you text them? Or pull in front of them, slam on the brakes, all right? You collect the insurance, they learn a valuable lesson. That's optimism, people! Gotta be optimistic! We're so calloused, you know? We throw around the word kill pretty easily. Like, man, I would kill for a break. Oh, man, I would kill for a vacation. Ooh, I would kill to date her. I would kill for another chance. I would kill for a promotion. I would kill for something to eat. I would kill for something to drink. I would kill for some cheesecake. You think we're throwing around first-degree murder just a little too easily in our society? We wonder why it's so violent. If you want cheesecake, you know there's a better way to get it without committing a felony. You go to the Cheesecake Factory, you order cheesecake, and you walk out on your bill. That's a misdemeanor. Optimism. Think positively. The things we say. Somebody once told me, you know, Paul, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. Was that happening? Is there a point in time where that was happening so frequently, the advice was given so often, that now it's a cliche? You know, the old don't throw the baby out with the bathwater advice. When was the first time that advice ever had to be given? Like a man just walks out on his porch, looks over at his neighbor. Hey, Jed, you throwing out that bathwater? Yep. You know you got a baby in that bathwater? Yep. Ain't you gonna take that baby out? Why would I do that? Because you know, Jed, you shouldn't throw the baby out with the bath water. Well, I guess I ain't never thought about it like that before. Oh, thank you. And now it's a cliche. You think anybody's ever walked into Panda Express for the very first time and was extremely disappointed? They were like, wait a minute! I wanted a panda! Quickly! think. I don't get upset about a lot of things. Here's one thing that upsets me a little bit, though. I feel like we give a little bit too much credit to pop musicians. We call them artists, you know, we call them song lyricists. Oh, they're such an artist. Oh, they're so creative. It's like, yeah, okay, then how come every time a so-called artist can't think of a lyric to write, they just start singing Nana? We pay hundreds of millions of dollars for Nana. Oh, Nana, what's my name? Oh, Nana. Na 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 na, you make me feel so. Na 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 na, hey hey hey, goodbye. Na 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 na, hey hey hey, goodbye. I want to start a fight, na 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 na. I want to make up right now, na na. That's what makes you beautiful, na 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 na. Always like na na na. Then we're like yeah yeah. If I were a rich girl, na 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 na. There's probably more. Such as na 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 na, getting jiggy with it, na 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 na, getting jiggy with it, turn the lights off, carry me home, na 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 na, na na na, hey na na na, whoa, I wanna rest in your love. What's yours?
Na 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 na.
And that one. Now I know what you're thinking, like, well, not the great musicians, not like Michael Jackson. Oh yeah? If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and make a change. Na 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 na. Sitcom intros. Na 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 na. Batman, Beaver, don't you give up. Na na na. I won't give up. Na na na. Let me love you. I could go on. And I will. I need someone to help me now. Na 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 na. My angel is a centerfold. Na 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 na. My angel is a centerfold. I know. Not the greats. Not Journey, except for na 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 na. Oh, Zac Efron? Oh, you think High School Musical is immune? Number one was, not number two. Na 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 na. Yeah. You are the music in me. I know, but like nothing recent, you know, it's been a while. Except for Havana, ooh na na. That's what my heart is in Havana, ooh na na. But not like the greatest artists of all time. Not like the big ones, you know. Not like the Beatles. Except for na 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 na.